What up, everybody? How's it going? So we're here, we're back at it. We're doing some shit. I got it ripped out. So got the seats out, everything's ripped out, it's ready for sound deadening. Took out the headliner, and then couldn't get my dome light to work. Even with the switch, it just wouldn't work. So I traced the wires. I knew it went into this loom, and it came down here. Went down here, followed the loom up. Well, the loom goes to here. Oh, can't see. Let me turn some lights on for you guys, and maybe you can see. All right, so wires went through the loom, went up here, went to there, you know, and then went up. Well, I can trace these wires up into the switch, but the switch is different, so it goes into here first, I think, into the fuse block. But all of these fuses are good, so I don't know where it's wrong or what's going on. So put the switch back in, and then I just cut those wires directly off from that connector, and I'm going to hot wire them, so they're going to come up here, and I'm going to put a switch right here. So I'll have a switch like right here, like a rocker switch. I mean, this one's already for that bar light. So I will end up doing that and putting that in there. But yeah, it's definitely gutted. I'm gonna leave this platform in. I'm gonna fill the bottom with foam. At least I think I'm going to. I haven't decided fully if I'm gonna commit to that and filling that in with foam or not, but I might. And because if not, what I'm going to do, sound deaden this, run all the wires, and then I'll drill through here and put the wires in here, and then they can come up out of that board that I'll stick across here. And that way then all the wires can be kind of hidden underneath that panel instead of being drug across. So if I leave it open, that's what I'm going to do. If I fill it with foam, can't really drill through that. I'm going to measure off what I need to, and then cut that out here pretty soon and get that going. I took the panel off my door because I needed to fix my lock. Well, then I ended up deciding that since I took the panel off and I had to fix the lock anyways, because the arm wouldn't go up and down, it wouldn't lock the door at all. So now what I did was, see if I got that key, should be in the ignition, and it is, ta-da. So now what I did was I actually fixed it. I had to put it in the vise, hammer on it a little bit. Then after I hammered on it, I soaked it in some acetone and kind of brushed it and cleaned it up. And then I washed it out with water and then sprayed it down with WD-40 because WD-40 is a water displacement spray. So it's supposed to get rid of any moisture. So I sprayed it down and just hosed the whole thing down. Then I turned around and sprayed in certain areas with a white lithium grease. Now, if I put this in there, that's unlocked, that's locked, so now it's locked. Now it's unlocked. So I'm going to leave it like that without that little push button. It's just gonna make it way easier for when I panel this stuff. I'll do the other side the same way too, so it just won't have that push button anymore for it. I'll just pull that panel off, take the arm off, because that one works fine. I might spray that down with like some sort of like a lock spray or lube, just because this one was so rusted up. I don't know how it was that rusted, but it was bad. It was like rusted stuck. So that one works, but if that one looks like this one, I'm going to spray it down just in case, just to make sure that it actually is good to go, no issues later on, and that it can move up and down correctly, and I don't have to worry about the key causing it issues, because I need to make sure that these will work. Otherwise I have no way to get back into the vehicle. So I will disassemble this and take this rod off, get it down to nothing, and then get ready for the wood to be able to put the wood on here so I can get these speakers going. I have to order the sound deadening. That's a thing. And then when that comes in here, then we will get to the rest of this stuff. I do have some wires, some lugs that came in. So these are by DB Works. They're pretty cheap. These are the 2-watt 3/8 version of them. And so, yeah, true copper as well. And then I can get to doing that stuff and putting those up. I did get my 8-gauge lugs in today too, so I can get to at least wiring some stuff in. And then we can go from there. But I know everybody's excited and they want to see this thing built, and they want to be able to, you know, see the 16K working and hear how the, you know, 812s is, and, you know, all this stuff. But look, all this stuff takes time. You know, if I had millions of dollars to just throw around and throw at this thing, or thousands of dollars to just be like, I'm not working, I'm putting all my money towards this and just start working on it and get it built, I would do that. But unfortunately, I don't have that, and I have to still work to be able to pay for this stuff, be able to do this stuff. So it takes time and it takes money. So with you guys, it just takes a little bit of patience. We'll get there. Stick around. You guys can go ahead and subscribe, and then, you know, as I make videos and put them out, you guys will get notified. You guys can watch the videos and see where we're at. You get a chance to keep up. I may be working on this one. I might start working on the other one. I think there's other projects that may be going on as well too. I think my cousin's gonna start working on that one, so maybe I'll help him with that, but I don't know. And he's talking about buying another vehicle to make as a sound vehicle too. So we'll see how that works out. Don't know yet, you know, it's all in the works. So, but I'll be doing other projects here and there too. So just stick around. What up, everybody? How's it going? So anyways, we're back on this thing again. And today I got some sound deadening in, but look, free tint. Isn't that awesome? Tinted. And I got a different sticker for the back. Not the one that I originally wanted on there, but that one will do. I was gonna have it say financial mistake, but I couldn't get that one to stick. It was stuck to the paper, wouldn't come off. But that's being addressed and fixed. And then I had this one that was supposed to be used for the front window. So I was gonna get rid of the Temu version one that's up there. And then I was like, well, I'll put it on the back for now. So I put it on the back. Anyways, it looks better because now the windows are blacked out. And it's only the back 3, so everybody's like, you know, wondering. I don't need to be able to see out the back when I'm driving. Like, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's a deterrent to stop people from looking into the back end of my car, because I'm gonna have my amps and stuff running back there, and the battery back there and stuff like that too. The front windows will be tinted as well, but I'll get those actually tinted. And then the front windshield, I want to get tinted like 70% and then do a banner across it. So I'll come down like, I don't know, 4 inches or so, and then just go across and do a banner, or 6 inches, whatever it is. And then, yeah, so the front ones will be actually professionally tinted when I get a chance to do that. As for the back 3 windows, they're just spray painted for now. And that's how they'll probably more than likely stay. I got rid of the rear view mirror. I took it off, and then I took the button off. So that's not there anymore. And then, yeah, now today I'm going to do some sound deadening. I did get 2 boxes in. I don't even know how much is in these boxes. I got them really cheap. So yeah, there's the button for the windshield. Anyways, but yeah, these were really cheap. So I don't know if you can see the brand or not, but there it is. Yeah, so I got them cheap. I think they were like $30 a box, something like that. And I got 4 boxes, so 2 of them came in, and they are 80 mils, and there's 10 sheets in each box. So we'll see how far we can get with that. Because I'm just gonna cut them, do like a strip through the middle, strip through the kick here, through the floor right here, and then one right through the middle. And I might sound dead in the bar here, but I gotta be really careful with that because I'd have to do everything past this going forward to like right here, and then so on. I could do the middle, but there's certain areas I can't because it has screws inside there to be able to bolt the seat back in. And I wanna make sure that I don't mess with those. And I just gotta stop the rattle a little bit. I don't have to stop it completely. I honestly wasn't gonna even do the floor, but my cousin's like, hey, since you've ripped everything out to do the wiring, to run the wirings, you might as well just do the floor too. I was like, yeah, I guess. Anyways, got to do the ceiling too, or the roof in here, because this thing is floppy and very tinny, and I don't want that to be bumping, and then that's all you hear is that rattle. Maybe it might give me an extra dB, but maybe it won't. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyways, I'll get you guys up on time lapse. We'll get this thing sound deadened and everything, and hopefully it sounds good when it's deadened. So here we go, guys. We got this done. So as you can see, and I think this thing died again. Yep, light died. Anyways, I did it in little sections. So driver's side is done all the way back. And then the front side on the passenger side, they're a little bit more close knit, but they are together and everything's done. So I got what I wanted done. And then I think the next thing, I have another 2 boxes that are coming in of this stuff. I'll put that up in the roof, and I'll probably do it in spots as well, and just kind of do it as like little sections in the roof, just to kind of cover it as I go, to get something on there. I'm not going to have enough to be able to do much of anything with it. I'm going to have to order the bigger sheets. I don't know, this said it had like 10 sheets in it and did like 10 square feet or something crazy like that. But I don't think that it did. I think that they were little tiny squares and they should have been like the bigger squares. But what can you do? You know, You buy stuff and it turns out to be cheap, and then that's what it gets you. So I guess you live and you learn. You can't cut corners everywhere. You can with some stuff, just not with sound deadening. Sound deadening and wiring are like the two most important things, and they're probably the two most expensive things, minus the amp and subs, you know, and battery stuff. But electrical is kind of a given. You wouldn't think that sound deadening would cost as much as it does nowadays, but it really does cost a lot. Like some of the stuff that I was getting back in the day for like, you know, 30, 40 bucks, like the kill mat when it first came out was like, I think 40 bucks a box. So that was cheap. I did one of my whole cars in that. And then they had that Mat 66, which they don't make anymore. That's an unfortunate thing. Well, my whole van is done in that, and that's about $500 worth of sound deadening that's inside that van. So that stuff was good material and good stuff. And again, that was like 40, 50 bucks a box. So you can't always get cheap stuff and expect to get away with it. I will order the same brand of this stuff. I'll just spend the money and buy the bigger boxes that they have for like 55 or 60 bucks, whatever it is. Yeah, because I got to be able to finish that roof off, and I want that roof to be solid, at least 480 mils, something like that. So I got to really step it up. All right.